Crew, a new Netflix 10 episode comedy sitcom starring Kevin James, came out. And I know this show has been negatively talked about unless they're like huge Kevin James fans who will watch anything. Those people love this show because they'll watch anything. But for the most part, the show's been talked about pretty negatively. And I was trying to give it a chance because here's the thing. I like Kevin James sometimes. The Paul Blart movies are not good movies, but I like him in those movies. Here Comes the Boom is a decent little movie. Um, and then King of Queens, I love that show. It's a really funny show. He's great in that show. I like him in stuff. That doesn't mean he's a great actor or he's great in everything. He's definitely not. He's terrible in the majority of Adam Sandler movies he's in. But I like King and Queens, and him being in another sitcom, I thought, okay, let's give this a chance. And it's bad. And it's just boring bad. The sitcom, um, so the show is about Kevin James assembling a crew to go on the racetrack and stuff. And it's just not funny. I mean, laugh tracks and sitcoms are supposed to cover up the fact that it's not funny, but I feel like this makes it worse in this case. It doesn't help the show. They're just laughing at stuff that's not funny. Character and the performances aren't funny enough to carry it. It's a very slowly paced show, which for a sitcom you never want it to be slowly paced. You want it to be quick paced and deliver the jokes quick and snappy because it's a sitcom. The whole point is to make you laugh. You don't watch sitcoms for story unless there's something like, I don't know, The Good Place or something. But even then, that show's primarily comedy. And and it's just you watch this show and it's just so boring. There's so much dead air, and then the laugh track kind of comes in here to cover the dead air. But I feel like it makes the dead air more noticeable because I'm sitting there going, "You didn't have a joke there," and Kevin James just seems so tired and not like he wants to be there, and just the whole cast feels like they don't want to be there, and so yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I only watched 5 episodes of this crap because I couldn't get past more than five because it was just so much dead air, boringness that I almost passed out through it all. It's just so boring. It's just awful. And I get why Netflix greenlight shows like this because like um, Kevin James is a person on their platform. If Adam Sandler movies are popular on their platform that he signs with them to make movies and things, right? Then why wouldn't Kevin James? Kevin James, is the same caliber of actor, so um, in the sense he's in the same types of movies. Except unlike Adam Sandler, who can give great performances in movies like Uncut Gems and other things like that. Um, Kevin James can't do that because that's not Kevin James' style, and you could argue it's not Adam Sandler's style, but Adam Sandler has shown he can venture out of his style. Kevin James has not. He is just the fat guy that people make jokes about. And I think Kevin James needs to stop um, because it's just not working. I think people are catching on. You know, it worked when they were able to make those comedies like Paul Blart that you go to the theater and watch and they make okay money and you laugh. They just can't do that with this, and it's just kind of like I don't know. It's just not working. And I liked him in Kings and Queens. That's kind of why I watched this, but this is definitely not Kings and Queens. It's just a boring, bad, sick calm. And I think some people are gonna make this out to be as if it's horrible. It's not horrible. It's just really boring. That's all it is. And in some ways, that's worse than being horrible. But at the same time, I think people when there's something really bad nowadays, they just want to go out and trash it and be like, it sucks. Here's what's wrong with it. This, that. But reality is, this show is just a really boring sitcom. That's not that interesting. Just don't watch it. It's not worth your time unless you're a Kevin James fan who'll watch anything. Don't watch it. It's not worth it.